This week, we sit down with a man said to be among the 100 most influential people in the world as we look at creativity and the digital revolution. A groundbreaking exhibition explores what it means to be young in South Africa. We'll show you a powerful ad that inspires New Yorkers to become organ donors. And the media on trial, a special report on how the Oscar Pistorius trial may change the way we report on future legal proceedings. All to come on this week's edition of Mags on Media. Well, a very warm welcome to you. First up this week, beginning in 2009, I'm told, the Umuzi Photo Club is a youth development organisation that gives young people from under-resourced areas an opportunity to engage with social issues through creativity. So here's the important question, the creative economy. Why is it so important? MD of the Umuzi Photo Club, Andrew Levy, a very warm welcome to you. I know that you started this with two main concerns in the creative economy. Let's get to that in just a moment. But there's a nice story as to how this started.
Yeah, absolutely. So we got together in 2009 with a gentleman named Dave from New York, and we're both photographers and interested in the photography world. And we realized that there's a huge opportunity for young people in Ekasi, in townships, to actually tell their stories through a visual medium. There's not many art programs going on, and it talks to the big challenges that we face as South Africa and the creative world. Young people, black people from townships aren't getting the opportunities to actually engage, to try and experience and to use their creativity for change.
Why has there been that gap, do you think?
Well, it's on a number of levels, Jeremy. The first is, in a school space, there's no creative programs. The art programs are defunct in our schools, and so not many people get the opportunity to actually try and practice their art. It then goes one step further, where at a tertiary level, a lot of the creative institutions are actually privatized. So we're talking...
And expensive.
Exactly, 35 to 50 grand a year to study a 3-year course. And then what happens is the third level of that is creative institutions, agencies, media houses come to these tertiary institutions, want talent, but there's actually no one around. They only have a certain source to take.
All right, noble intentions, but promoting the creative economy in this country. Why is that important?
Hugely important.
There are other more important issues, aren't there?
Well, you would think so, but I think one of the biggest problems that we have is the South African narrative. Who is talking about what South Africa is going through right now? And if it's only a certain reflection of society, it's a problem. We need to have stories told from all walks of life in South Africa, and that's not happening at the moment. The creative industry specifically hasn't transformed as fast as it would like, and they're doing a lot of things to change that. But we need to make sure that everyone's voices are heard.
And if we're not reflecting the narrative, what's the consequence?
Well, the consequences are what we're seeing right now. Adverts that are misinterpreting what a certain sector of the market look like.
And there's so many of them are completely off the mark.
Absolutely. I mean, you look at, I don't want to mention it, but some cell phone companies where you've got women in taxis dancing for 5 rand airtime. That doesn't happen. In real life, no one is dancing for 5 rand of airtime. You've got people loving beans. You don't love beans. You eat beans because they're the cheapest thing there and they're healthy, you know. So we've got to get these stories to reflect what's actually happening. I
was interviewing a guy called Umuzi recently, and he says that it's a complete misnomer, to your point, that you know, in the commercial space, black people dance when they're happy.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's ridiculous.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And actually, it's quite patronizing. You're not going to sell any more airtime to me if you think that I'm dancing for your 5 rand.
All right, 18 months on, you have the talent, I hope. And you have an exhibition.
Well, there's a wealth of talent. So we started a thing called the Power of 50, which is a 1-year tertiary program that enables these young black creatives from Ekasi, from townships, to actually get a tertiary education, to get upskilled and to get into the creative economy. We wanted 50 people, 1,000 people in 1 month applied. There's tons of talent out there. They've been going through the paces, which has been amazing. They've been upskilled at a tertiary institution, and they've been doing all sorts of on-the-job experiences, from internships at agencies to
and just bursting to go.
Absolutely.
So the exhibition
so
itself, what are we seeing?
So it's called Ke Nna Mang. You know, 20 years after democracy, a lot of people are looking at the positives and negatives of South Africa. And actually, no one's really asking the question about what do young people feel about being South African right now. And so we put that to the young 50 young talent that we have, as well as the agencies, and they've come up with this exhibition called Ke Nna Mang, which means who am I in Sotho. And the idea is that they're exploring what what it means to be young in South Africa.
Your biggest problem, of course, is to get these 50 bright young South Africans into the mainstream.
Absolutely. I mean, we've had a lot of excitement from the creative industry. One of our partners is actually the Creative Circle. They're hugely excited at getting these guys placed within the industry. So for us, that's quite important, is to not just be training for the sake of training, but actually to be doing exactly what we're saying and placing these young people in the economy.
Andrew Levy, thank you very much indeed from the Umuzi Photo Club. Now let's move from one social campaign to another, as we'll show you a powerful new advertising campaign. It's a beautifully animated short film. It's called Long Live New York. It's about the Y&R agency, and it's hoping to inspire the city's citizens to become organ donors. That certainly is a powerful piece of communication. Tell us what you think about the ad on our Facebook page. And coming up, an exclusive one-on-one with the director of Google Ideas. Later, overpromising and under-delivering, things that brands should avoid in the social media space.